What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. I hope that all of you guys are having a wonderful weekend, staying warm and dry. It's rainy where I am, cold and rainy, so I hope that you guys are somewhere having a relaxing Sunday. Let's go ahead and get into this Love and Marriage Huntsville recap. It picked up right where the last one left off. So the ladies are still in St. Thomas and they are at dinner. And Stormi is trying to talk to Melody about how she feels like the millimeters and people coming to her job, that's taking a fandom to another level. And to be honest, y'all, I have to agree, right? Like I said in the last recap, I wouldn't recommend, or I couldn't ever foresee myself going to someone's job and trying to harass them. And then Stormi Stormi is the one who picked up the harassing communications charge, which I find, really odd. I'm thinking that she must have said something pretty threatening to the blogger, Miss Black Titanic, as we found out. And again, I don't condone that either, right? I feel like one thing I can agree with Melody is that she said, that if it was her, she probably would have called the police saying, hey, there's a trespasser here on my property. However, I don't agree with how she conveyed the message. A lot of people are saying that Mel, her attitude was off-putting, I would say, to a lot of people during this episode. And I agree. I want you guys to hear this clip really quickly because I feel like it sums up what Stormi is trying to convey to Melody. And I don't feel like they're really hearing each other, but I think it's important to the conversation. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
Saying state where you stand. Do you agree with that?
I'm not.
I don't have to say. I don't have to say. When you sign up for this type of thing, I understand what comes with that. I've had people, because everybody have their fans. Let's be clear. It's some people who hate me, who in my DMs that I've blocked plenty of people because they like different people that they feel like they've seen me have a problem with. So I experience stuff too, but y'all don't hear me running behind y'all saying you need to check this, control your T-squad or control your, I'm just going to give you a name, your Stormi squad. I'm just saying. But the thing, do you agree with what they do? How I feel is that they feel okay with their opinion. So when you say what they do, what are you talking about? What y'all don't know is I actually had to turn myself into jail. That's what y'all don't know. Because of a millimeter. One of her proclaimed fans, for sure, came to my warehouse with her camera out and her friend trying to get inside.
Wow.
My phone went on live while I'm cussing and crying. And she takes that and go and swear for a warrant in front of a magistrate judge to get a warrant for my arrest for, guess what? Harassing communication.
For a woman to tell you that one of your fans had me arrested and you have no emotional empathy for it, like, that's crazy to me. And it's like stone face. Without her speaking, what do you want her to do?
I just want to know, like, do you agree with people doing things to that extent to harm us as business owners, not just characters of this reality TV show that we're on?
Like, come on, like, this is where I get annoyed because, like, you already know the answer is no. I don't want somebody.
Is it no? I hear you saying no. Is it no, Mel?
I'm telling her to be quiet because I
would love to hear it from you. Is it no? I don't have anything to say to that. I understand. Say less.
Watch.
It's been less. I understand.
I think when Stormi asked Mel the question about how did she feel about what her fans are doing, Mel answered the question for her. She said nothing. And saying nothing is saying something.
If everybody, like, even in regards to African Americans and us making our place in the world, if everybody felt like a difference was never going to be made because I don't say anything, then a difference would have never been made. I do feel like that sometimes you just need to go on record. It doesn't even matter if anything comes of it. It doesn't matter if anything comes of it. You can't appear as though you're fueling the fire as opposed to making an effort to put the fire out.
Well, just ignoring it, yeah. I think you're saying.
Yeah. And that's just me. Yeah. I don't think you can change everything. I'm 100% on you can't change everything. Mm-hmm. I'm 100% on you can't change everything. It doesn't negate the fact that I think sometimes you make the effort.
I'm done talking about it, to be honest.
And you know what? I have to agree with Stormi here, right? I feel like if you know that someone is, out to cause me some type of harm, and you are completely silent in that, I mean, not putting out a statement, something on her Instagram story. We're on a public platform, right? And if you can't address people to say, this is not how I don't condone this behavior, some kind of PR statement, then there's nothing else that needs to be said. It's like you're talking to a brick wall. So in that sense, I agree with Stormi. And I feel like, since this has been filmed, since they were on this girls trip in St. Thomas, I feel like she has, become a better, wiser, businesswoman, entrepreneur, and she's gone on to do very well. So at that point, I would do the same thing. I would just be like, okay, thank you for letting me know how you feel. I disagree. We're going to have to respectfully agree to disagree and move on. So after that dinner, Stormi and Tish, because they laid into Tish too about her relationship, quote unquote, her relationship with her, with Martell and her, I guess, on again, off again fiance. Anyway, they leave. They decide to go home early, and they said that, their kids had different activities, a recital and things like that. And so Melody seems to be really upset that they didn't come and, say goodbye. I mean, after that dinner, I feel like Stormi heard her, loud and clear. That silence was deafening. She had nothing to say. So if she felt like that was her time to leave, she no longer felt comfortable on the trip, and that was essentially the end of their friendship, then, but Mel's saying, she's a Southern Belle and she grew up with manners, and she feels like she was disrespected because they didn't leave. So I don't know. I guess there's different strokes for different folks, but the ladies go out on the water. They go on a boat, and they're all talking. Nell asks Sunni about her IVF journey. I'm sorry. She asked her if she has kids. And then Sunni reveals that her and Moses are going through IVF. So I hope that is successful. I know that he's currently being locked up. Right now, he's behind bars 11 months for not getting permission to film on Love and Marriage Huntsville. So hopefully him being away during this time hasn't hurt their chances of conceiving too much. So I hope that they're successful with that. So back in Huntsville, the guys get together. Maurice was talking to his son about college, and he says that, he feels like the guys should get together since the ladies are on the trip. They should do something. So they go out and they are doing archery, and they are talking once again about Martell and Tish. Tish has been going back and forth about what's true, what's not true. She went over Martell's house to quote unquote train him. They're both into fitness, but my first thought was, why wouldn't they meet at a gym? Why would she go to his house? So everyone online is basically saying that, it's not true. She's not a very credible person, at least the way, that she's being filmed, the things that she's saying. She backtracks a lot. So to be honest, I really don't believe that either. You don't typically train people at their home. But I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong. One thing that really stood out for me was Ken. He revealed that he had been in a previous situation with another married woman. And you could just hear like the record drop, like skip, like in the middle, looking at him like, what? You know, Kim was like, well, in my past relationship with another woman who was actually married. And I'm just like, okay, so it's a pattern. So he just likes to date or deal with married women, which in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, that's an issue. That's a pattern. You know what I mean? Of maladaptive behavior. Like, what in the world? Why would you go after people who, can't give you all of them? That is an issue that I feel like he needs to look inside, that he keeps going after this, unrequited love. But yeah, Courtney leaves. I don't blame him. I would leave too. He dipped out like, yeah, okay, I'm out, y'all. So then afterwards, the ladies have one final dinner before they leave the island. And Mel goes around and asks the ladies, to give one word. She says that her word is freeing. Other people, were like Nell Fletcher. She said it was exhausting. Oh, she came to Tisha first, and Tisha's like, "You come back to me." Somebody else said it was a lot. I think that was Destiny. She said, the trip was a lot. Um, I don't know. I feel like they could have gotten so much more out of the island if they weren't so bent on fighting with each other. You know what I mean? Like, in my opinion, there was just way too much beauty there, natural beauty, and things to do in St. Thomas than sit in the house and fight over rooms and fight over, things going back at home. But again, it's a reality show, so I get it. Um, so they show a preview of next week, and Kimmy and Maurice are talking. And one thing that struck me is she says that she doesn't feel like Maurice talks to her about Tish and Ken and why they're not divorced. And she says she doesn't feel like, maybe they're not completely done. Like she's not completely done with her ex-husband yet. Maybe there's a reason why they're still hanging on. I don't know. I think that they are, from my understanding right now in the present day, in November 2024, I think that they are officially divorced. But it's interesting, right? That she would be in a relationship with Ken as long as she was without divorcing her ex-husband. They do actually show a quick scene for a preview next week where they're sitting down with her ex and they're going back and forth about him essentially abandoning his family. um, they did get married really early. They got married at 19. And um, you know I was in I've never been married, but I was engaged to my college boyfriend, or fiance, I guess I should say. But I even back then I knew getting married that early is almost a recipe for disaster, because it's like you don't really know yourself. You're still growing into the woman or man that you are coming in to be. And so you do need a little bit more time to develop. I mean, now some people don't, right? Some people marry their high school. My cousin, actually, my first cousin, she married her high school sweetheart. They've been together like 20 something years, and they're only in their 30s. They were together in high school, actually. So it works 20 years, yeah. So it works for some people, but most people, for the most part, I didn't want to like get married and then get divorced and then get married. Like that's just a lot, especially if you have kids. They were talking about like, the kids, how it affects them negatively. So, but I hope that they did end up getting a divorce now that it's finalized, and that Trish and Ken can be happy if that's what they both want. But anyway, I thought this episode was pretty good. I'm looking forward to next week. You guys let me know your thoughts. Drop down in the comments. Please be sure to like the video, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I will talk with you in the next one. Take care, aces. Bye.